Shalom. Call Halam La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rahakwadash. Double honors to our teachers, the head apostles, and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, teaching in truth, sincerity, and diligence for the sake of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Lord, when this lesson may be edifying and straight to the point. All right, the Lord is going to bestow power, upon his hopeful elect, man. You see, in these last days, in the time of trouble, when all hell break loose, in the time of the flood, when the enemies come in like a flood, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to bestow power upon his elect to ultimately keep them safe, man. You see, real quick, this is the book of Zechariah, chapter 12 and verse 8. He's saying that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, you see. And what is he defending us from? Ultimately, that evil day, man. You see, that day is speaking of Daniel 12 and 1, a time like never seen since there was a nation in the earth. What is that? 2 Timothy, the 3rd chapter, perilous times. Zechariah, the 7th chapter, evil and only evil. You see, and the list go on, man. This is that day that the Lord is pretty much is going to come in and defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, ultimately the hopeful elect. He said, and he that is feeble among them at that day should be as David. You see, in that word feeble pretty much going into being weak, man. You see, without might. In which we are weak without might, man. We don't have no fucking government. We don't have no military, intense military training. So pretty much in this society, we feeble. Ultimately, all we have is Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, But that's going to be our power in that day, man. He's going to be our defense, our rock, What he said, and he that is feeble among them at that day should be as David. And we know that counts of David, man. Which through the Spirit, we're going to go there. You see, he said, the house of David shall be as God, man. As the angels of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai before them, you see. And we're going to have angelic power, man. We're going to be miniature Yahweh Shais, you see. And this power is going to be manifest in his lifetime, man. In that season of trouble, man. You see Jacob's trouble, Let me tell you, when the enemy should come in like a flood, when the Gurga troops and the FEMA troops, the martial law troops, once they get the drop on where you at and they try to come in like a flood, and that day some man gonna turn invisible, man. Through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, you're gonna call upon the name of the Lord and you're gonna make a request, and that request is gonna be granted, man. You might make a request to take off running or to take off flight, or Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai make me invisible, man. You see, it's crazy as that sound, but that's actually going to be the power that the Lord is going to bestow upon the hopeful elect. It's only for those who pretty much waiting on him, man. You see, real quick. Isaiah 40 and 31. He said, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength, you see. And this strength is ultimately going to come in the form of that power, man. That angelic power. He said, they shall mount up with wings as eagles, you see. And our King David mounted up with wings. He leaped over walls, man. You see? And what does it mean to mount up with wings as eagles, man? You're going to take flight, man. You see? The pastor not going over these scriptures, man. In a time of trouble, it's going to make sense, man. This is the season where the things that was written aforetime was written for our learning. It was all going to make sense in these times, man. It makes sense. It's going to make sense for you to take flight in a time of trouble, man. Because it ain't going to be no other way out, man. It's going to make sense for you to turn invisible. Yahweh Shai did it. You see, because at that moment, there's not going to be no way out. It's going to make sense for you to take off running like the Flash, man. Or jump like the Hulk. You see? Because in the time of trouble, it's going to be the time where Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to be putting in major work, man. You're going to see miracles in the earth, man, amongst the brother, man, amongst the hopeful elect. Those who hope in it. You see? He said they shall run and not be weary. You're going to take off like the Flash. And they shall walk and not faint, man. You see? This strength is coming to the hopeful elect, the house of David, man. He said we're going to be like gods, man. We're going to have angelic power. You see, the house of David just ain't no ordinary mortals, man. You know, these are the first fruits of the spirit, man. These are the Israel of the Most High. These are these are the creme de la creme, man, of the spirits, man. You see, they're gonna be like gods on this planet Earth. You know, Lord willing, Aparatazah, by that number, man, by that precious number, that precious Aparatazah. You know, the Lord fashioned me in His manner, man. You see. And it's not just for to get the power, man, but it's the honor, glory, and praises that's going to be given to Him, man. Because, hey, some people are going to be delivered. You know, some people are going to believe on Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They're going to cast off everything and follow Yahweh Shem Yahushua when they see the elect man doing miracles, man. Because there's going to be a new thing in the earth. You know, their strength being renewed, man. You see? He said we're going to be as David, man. You know, real quick. And it makes sense. You see, because watch this Psalms 18 and verse 2. He said, the Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my power, my strength, in whom I will trust, my buckler and the horn of my salvation and my high tower. You see? So the Lord is pretty much going to pave the way for this great deliverance, you know, that's going to come to the hopeful elect, man. The Lord is the one who's going to give you the strength, the power to pretty much fight off your enemies, you know, to protect your family. You see, to protect whoever you have with you, man. You know, to protect yourself. You see, verse 3, I will call upon the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which is the true names of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from my enemies, you see. So in the time of trouble, you must know those names to call upon, man, and receive that strength. Those who hope in it, man. You see, he said, the sorrows of death compassed me, and the floods of ungodly men made me afraid. You see, those floods of ungodly men. Those FEMA troops, the Gurga troops. Hey, when you hit a military rolling through your neighborhood and those loud trucks and tanks, hey, it's going to make some men afraid, but that's going to be the perfect opportunity for Yahweh Shem Yahushua to step in. You see? As long as you have faith. You know, just to skip down. Verse 17, he said, He delivered me from my strong enemy and from them which hated me, for they were too strong for me. And when you consider Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and his military, they are too strong for us. But Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to deliver us from this man. You know, it's something I'm looking for. Okay. Here it is right here, verse 29. Right, and this going into the counts of David, because the Lord said that we was going to be as King David, man. You see, so this Psalms 18 and 29, he say, for by thee I have run through a troop, and by my power have I leaped over a wall, you see. And we know that in the accounts that David has killed tens of thousands. You know, Saul sent David on many journeys, and David came back successful, man. And he overdid his quest. You see? So he said, for by thee have I run through troops, you see? And by my power have I leaped over walls. So Yahweh Shem Yahushua was the reason behind David, you know, having the ability to leap over walls and run through these troops. As for power, his way is perfect. As for Yahweh, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, is tried. He is a buckler to all those that trust in him. You see, he's a protection. You know, the Lord is our shield, man, to those who trust in him. And it's going to manifest itself in the days we're coming into. That's why it is important to establish your trust with Yahweh Shem Yahushua now. You see? Verse 31. For who is the Most High? Save the Lord. Or who is the rock? Save our power. It is Yahweh that girdeth me with strength and maketh my way perfect. He maketh my feet like hinds feet, and setting me upon my high place. He teacheth my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by my arms, man. Come on, man. A bow of steel is broken by his arms. This is the strength that King David received from the Heavenly Father, man. And that strength is going to be once again bestowed upon the hopeful elect in this time. You know? He said, thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy right hand hath holden me up, and thy gentleness hath made me great. You see? What the Lord said, that he was going to uphold us with the right hand of his righteousness. You see, real quick, I want to get that. This Isaiah 41 and verse 10. He said, fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee. Yeah, I will help thee. Yeah, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness, you see. So Yahweh Shema Shai is going to give us strength, man. And that strength is going to be in the form of spiritual power, man. Hey, whether it be a high level of discernment, you know, a high level of wisdom, because this wisdom in itself is spiritual power, man. Being able to foresee or knowing the fate, the destiny of a thing. You see, Yahweh Shema Shai is going to redeem us, man. He's going to give us power. You see, hey, look, verse 13. He said, for I, the Lord, thy power will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee. The same as he helped King David. Fear not, thou worm Jacob, O ye men of Israel. I will help thee, said the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. You see, hey, we're going to be weapons of mass destruction, man. We're going to be the Lord's weapons of mass destruction. You know, in human form. You see, he said, thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small. Thou shalt make the hills as chaff. And those mountains and hills going into these governments, these higher and smaller governments, man. He said, thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them, and thou shalt rejoice in the Lord, and shall glory in the Holy One of Israel. Yeah, man, when you receive that power, man. Hey, it ain't going to be nothing else to say but call out Yahweh Shema Shai that day, man. You know, having your strength renewed, man. The Lord said he was going to make us battle axes, weapons of war, man. You see, and it's going to come in a time of trouble, and a time where it's needed, man. When the enemies come in like a flood, Yahweh Shema Shai is going to lift up that standard. And that standard is that spiritual power, man, receiving that strength. You see, we're going to close out right there. It's the book of, where is that? 65. Salaki. This is the book of Isaiah 59. He called it Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord should lift up a standard against him. And that standard pretty much going into spiritual power. Let me prove it real quick. Isaiah 59 and verse 19, read the scripture again. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west. You see, in that west, we here in the west now, in America. You see, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. And this is that phrase, shall lift up a standard. All right, Noose, Strong's H5127. It says to flee, to escape, to take flight, depart, disappear, man. You see? So these are the abilities that the Lord is going to pretty much open up to his elect, his hopeful elect. To fly, to attack on horseback, hey, to take flight, man. To put to flight, to drive hastily, to cause to disappear, hide, man. You see? This is what the hopeful elect is pretty much. Hey, look, they say vanish away. See? People going to be turning invisible. Yahweh Shai turned invisible, man. You know? And this is going to happen again, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai to his hopeful elect. The Lord is going to bestow power on us, man. Lord willing, on that precious number. We're going to get power in a time of trouble to protect ourselves and our family. And ultimately, to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Shai. And it's going to be well due, man. Call out Yahweh Shai. You know, to this video, say Shalom. Lord willing, it was edified. Shalom.